for Rutgers. We will now move on to, as I text trend back, we will now move on to UCLA. UCLA, a team under Deshaun Foster. Deshaun Foster first year, he went 5-7, 3-6. Around what I thought he would go. No, like blaming him as his first year. He was taking over a lot of turnover. Chip Kelly left. Two of his quarterbacks, in Dante Moore and Colin Shalee left. The running back Carson Steele, he also left. They lost a lot, so he was trying to. He was dealing with a lot of turnover. First year head coach, boom. He returned 6 starters though, 4 on offense, 2 on defense. Oh, I did change it. Returned Quasi Gilmer, wide receiver, 31 catches, 345 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Devin Alpia, defensive lineman with 15 total tackles, 11 solos, a sack and a half, pass breakup and a forced fumble. Chile Tukpaki, defensive lineman, 23 total, 14 solos and a sack. Ethan Garbers, they lose him. Quarterback who went 235 with 363, 64.7 completion percentage, 2,727 yards, 16 touchdowns and 11 picks. TJ Harden, a running back. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm still trying. I'm in communication with Trent, trying to get him back. TJ Harden went to SMU. I talked about it in my ACC preview. 124 carries, 506 yards, 4.1 a carry, and 2 touchdowns. Moliki Matovo, tight end, they lost him to the Saints. 506 yards and 2 touchdowns. I believe he was their leading receiver. They lost Carson Schlesinger, which I'm hearing a lot from the Browns. They really like him at linebacker, which I like them at linebacker. 136 total tackles, 90 solo tackles. To let you know the type of guy he is at linebacker, 4 sacks, 3 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble. KJ Wallace at defensive back, 49 total tackles, 38 solos, a sack, and 10 pass breakups. Kalen Moore at defensive back, 37 total tackles, 28 solos, 9 pass breakups, a pick, and a forced fumble. Brian Addison at defensive back, 43 total tackles, 31 solos, 5 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, a touchdown, and a fumble recovery. Kane Madrano, linebacker, 72 total tackles, 50 solos, a sack and a half, 4 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, touchdown, 3 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. Currently on the Commanders. And Devin Kirkwood, a defensive back, who had 24 total tackles, 14 solos, half a sack, 4 pass breakups, and a pick. They were 36 in overall recruiting class, 20th in transfers, bringing in guys like Caden Robinson, who was supposed to play for UCLA. They rejected his eligibility to play for UCLA, but he is currently suing the NCAA to get his eligibility. So it's a possibility that he will be there. It's not 100% confirmed right now. He's not eligible, but he's suing, trying to get his eligibility so he can play. So I listed him because of that. It's not looking likely right now, but he is trying to get it. Jameer Johnson from Indiana transfers in at cornerback, who had 35 total tackles, 25 solos, and a pick. Javier Thomas at running back from Cal transfers in 100 carries, 626 yards, 6.3 a carry, and 7 touchdowns. Nico Iamaleava, actually, let me save him for last. Isaiah Chisholm, a transfer linebacker from Oregon State with 75 total tackles, 30 solos, and a forced fumble. And Nico Iamaleava transfers in from Tennessee. You know, he forced his way out of Tennessee with all the NIL. UCLA took him in. 213 to 334, 63.8 completion percentage, 2,616 yards, 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 358 yards, and 3 touchdowns at Tennessee. Now, I want to talk about Nico for a second. As I'm responding back to Trent. I'm not high on Nico. I will say that. If you watch this show, you know I'm not. I think, to be honest, he held Tennessee back. In my opinion. Dylan Sampson was the heart and soul of that team, the leader of that team. He was the engine that made that team go. If Nico Iamaleava was a better decision maker, a better passer of the ball, Tennessee could have did amazing things, in my opinion. I think Nico Iamaleava, great dual threat guy, can use his legs. He had a great bowl game running the football the year prior to last season. But quarterbacking, just not that great for Tennessee. Made a lot of bad decisions. They had a great record. Don't get me wrong. Really good defense. ran the ball extremely well. Dylan Sampson, I believe, was SEC Player of the Year. You know how crazy it is for your running back to win Player of the Year over your quarterback in today's age and time? So, I'm not here to slander the kid. I'm just here to say I'm not high on Nico like some guys or some scouts are. I hope he can prove me wrong. I hope he has a great season. But right now, I'm just not high on the kid. And like I said, when I'm not high on your quarterback, I'm not high on your team. I like Javian Thomas. I like Jameer Johnson. I like Hayden Robertson if he could possibly play. If he wins the lawsuit for his eligibility. But Nico Iamaleava, I feel the same way I feel about him like I felt about DJ Uiagalelei. And we saw what he did last year at Florida State. He did worse than I thought he would do. So that is why you might see my record the way it is for UCLA. But they were 118th in total offense, 39th in total defense, 47th in passing, 131st in rushing, 126th in scoring offense, 107th in passing defense, 6th in rushing defense, 69th in scoring defense. So for real, offensively is nowhere but up for UCLA, to be honest. But let's get into the schedule. They start off the year with Utah. And I want to give UCLA the win because they're at home. And Utah, they just, in recent memory, they have not shown me to be a good team without, well, a good offense. They've really good defense. But offensively, without Cam Rising, they sputter. They can't control drives. They can't finish drives. I know Isaiah Wilson is back, whatever that's supposed to mean, but I gave it to UCLA, man. I think the dual threat ability of Nico and Javier Thomas, I think that's going to put some pressure on the Utah defense. Probably slow up pass rushers for Utah. And if Utah can't sustain drives, I might think of an under in this game, to be completely honest. I do wonder what that is, but I went UCLA in this one. At UNLV, I went with a loss. Dan Mullen taking over UNLV, bringing in Calandria, bringing in guys. I think this UNLV team could possibly win the Mountain West, could possibly be like a Boise State of last season. And I think they can upset UCLA here like they were last year, so close to upsetting Syracuse. I think they upset Kansas. They won some Power 4 games last season. I think they can do so again, starting with UCLA. Next, we have New Mexico. I have them winning there. And I have them losing to Northwestern, Penn State, Michigan State on the road, Northwestern on the road, Maryland at home, Indiana on the road, Nebraska at home, Ohio State on the road before they finally win a Big Ten game, beating Washington at home and losing in the rivalry game to USC at USC, going 3-9, 1-8, taking the under 5.5 for UCLA and Deshaun Foster. Now, Nico, you can prove me wrong. And I think if Nico proves me wrong, they make a bowl game. But if he plays to where I'm not high on him and has decision-making issues and just making bad reads, it's a bad season for UCLA. And they regret the NIL money spent to bring him over there. But we can move on to the crosstown